Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget, September 28th, it's going down. Free haircuts. You can win free tickets to the fight. Earl Spence versus Sean Porter. Free food. Free backpacks for the kids. Snack bags and all that stuff. It's just going to be a fun day. Great day to fellowship. You never know who may come. So, moving forward, I've officially come up with a name for this kid. Fried green tomato, because I don't know who this. I was trying to think of. Did I know who he's fighting? I don't know what he looks like. I know he's Russian, but if he walked by me in the street, I I honestly wouldn't know who he is, man. And I'll say this: Bob Arum has manipulated the media this past year, right? And I don't cover him as much anymore. I used to cover him far more often when he used to have a lot of fights in Vegas. He don't have too many fights in Vegas as he should. Not as he should, but as he used to. Uh, and I love how he manipulated the fans and said, "Oh, I offered Danny Garcia a contract." Sean Porter, wow, Sean Porter isn't that good. He basically called Sean Porter a bum. He offered Danny Garcia a contract. He ran, and you understand what I'm saying? Um, this guy jumped off a building into a river. Jesus Christ. Best things I saw today. I mean, he crazy. He crazy. Anyway, Serena Williams just won in 3 sets. I just watched that. I was at the U.S. Open last year. That was Danny Garcia versus Sean Porter. Ironically, I'm talking about them two and I'm watching the replay. Congratulations to Serena Williams, who quite possibly may be the greatest athlete of this era. Um, Male or female, greatest athlete, period. Um, yeah, so he casually convinced fans that he offered Danny Garcia a contract. They wasn't interested. Sean Porter's a bum. He's not that good. Now, we know Sean Porter is not a fan-friendly fighter in terms of sales, ticket sales, and some people don't like his style. But at the end of the day, he's worthy of a Terence Crawford fight. And Danny Garcia was never offered the contract. I go back and check my interviews. I asked Danny Garcia that at least 4 or 5 times because I wanted to rebuttal what Bob Arum is saying. Kell Brook went to New York and asked for the Terence Crawford fight. Now, the point I'm making is the reason why Fried Green Tomato was getting the fight because of Egis Klinis. You guys know what I'm talking about. Lomachenko's manager. They have a deal. They're working together. That's the only reason why he's getting the fight. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why he got the draw against Ray Robinson. Ray Robinson lost. I mean, Ray Robinson won that fight. And I watched the fight, and I'm being honest, I have no idea what Fried Green Tomato looks like. And when I look for a picture online, that's gonna be the first time I know what he looks like. But Bob Arum has manipulated y'all to believe that he's offered contracts and um, um, whatever he's offered contracts. He's Danny Garcia, Sean Porter's not that good. Well, Terence Crawford needs a name on his resume, and um, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I'm watching ESPN and he's taking some. You guys know Yankee sweet manners. I love it. Anyways, the U.S. Open. This kid is a young kid who gets the ball. He's trying to deliver coffee, and he's kind of confused. But anyways, man, college football this Saturday, man. Sit up by the couch, have a great time. We got football and boxing. I love when it's football and boxing, but I hate that the time and the weather is about to change. That's the only disappointing thing about that. But I love uh, being home by 1 o'clock on Saturday and making it do what it do. But let me digress back into what I'm saying. Bob Arum never offered Danny Garcia a contract, and no, Sean Porter isn't a bum. Sean Porter is a hell of a fighter. I'm not gonna sit here, although and you guys will say, but I have Terence. Yeah, I mean Earl Spence winning. Yes, I have Earl Spence winning. I have it 70-30, you know. Um, but Sean Porter is a great opponent for anyone at 147. You know, and if Sean Porter is a bum, why is he fighting fried green tomato? You know, like I don't understand the logic. You know, like it's like saying, "Hey, Megan Good wants to date you." Really? Nah, I think I'd rather date Roseanne Barr. Like I don't get it. I don't understand this shit at all. Like a man. Anyways, man. Y'all guess is as good as mine, man. Fried green tomato, Aegis, they all have a deal, man. They all working together, which is fine. That's the business of boxing, right? The business of boxing is to stay in the business of boxing. And I stand by what I say. Terence Crawford's going to have to prove to me that he's a hell of a fighter. Has he passed the eye test? Yes. Has he been in there with A-level opponents? No. Has he been in there with quality opponents? You know how they have quality wins when you're going into March Madness? Has he had quality wins? He's had a handful of Gamboa, um, shit. Anyways, man, I'm not gonna get into his resume. I'm not gonna make it about that. But Terence Crawford, it's really a joint effort, and people are gonna say, um, um, it's not. It's Bob Arum. Listen, the promoter works for the fighter. It's no way in hell he should be fighting fried green tomato when the build-up is to get to Earl Spence, Terence Crawford. It's not. First of all, there's no equity in that, right? I mean, excuse me. There's no equality in that. Everybody want to call it down the middle. What's the difference between fried green tomato and Sean Porter? What's the difference in opposition, right? I mean, just in star power. We can't. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his real name. I don't know what he looks like. Um, I call him a different nickname every time I think of the dude. So I'm gonna just call him Fried Green Tomato from this point forth. And then he's fighting on the same day as the final four at 154. Holy shit! That's the name of the banner. The final four at 154. That should be it. And if it's on Showtime, you can steal the bracket because CBS owns Showtime, and you can put it on the final four bracket. You understand? And you can have the final four at 154. That makes sense. And then they put their names on it at the press conference. You know, they put their name up there as a PR move. You know what I mean? So basketball fans like me can have that like memories. You know, like you ever walk in your grandma's house and you don't need your eyes, you don't need to look, you can just smell grandma. You know, like that's kind of what that emblem does. Like, oh man, we taking it back to the NCAA tournament. You know, because they'll be able to use content or ideas from the Final Four, like I said, because Showtime is a subsidy of CBS. Now, so that's basically where I'm at, man. Fried green tomato has no chance. I don't even think he's a C-level opponent. You know, Ray Robinson is better than him, and I saw Ray Robinson lose to Ugas on Danny Garcia, Brandon Rios, and and Ray Robinson won that fight. I intentionally watched that fight because they said he was next in line to fight Terence Bud Crawford, and the jury is still out. Y'all gonna say Terence Crawford is great, he's this, but everyone else in your life, everything else in your life, you're gonna have someone prove it to you. But you know, anyways, man, I guess Earl Spence got to take the stairs, and Bud Crawford can take the elevator to the matchup. You know, kind of like Tyson Fury. You know, all three of them are fighting lackluster opponents, man. Lomachenko, Tyson Fury, and Crawford, they all fighting lackluster opponents. Top Rank is doing nothing to enhance the sport of boxing in terms of best fighting the best. Even on his side of the fence, Bob Arum is probably, I don't know if he is, but he's probably making a great percentage. You know what I mean? And I can tell on some degree, Bob Arum is just matchmaking over there because he's not really worried about making money. The reason why Tyson Fury is at the T-Mobile Arena. ESPN just handed him a blank check and said, "Here, put the fight on." There's no way if Bob was liable for Tyson, I'm gonna do a separate video on this, but if Bob was on the hook for the money, it's no way in hell Tyson Fury will be fighting at T-Mobile Arena. That shit would be at StubHub so fast. He would have moved that shit to LA so fast. Trust me. Trust and believe. Golden Boy did it. Tom Loeffler did it. Trust me. The second best thing, if you can't have a big fight, if it's an average fight in Vegas, it has a chance to be in a good fight in LA because people don't have to travel, pay for hotels. It's a whole lot cheaper. It makes sense, you know. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Terence Crawford versus Fried Green Tomato is no competition for the Final Four at 154. And Terence Crawford should not be fighting opponents like this anymore. He shouldn't. Barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.